Yes, record. So they are called as thermophile, and the first one is called as methanogens. Okay, methanogen. Okay, so name itself suggests that it, okay, byproduct is methane. So it will give a byproduct as a methane, and it is present in the rumen of the cow and buffaloes. Okay, so outer layer of archaebacteria is made up of, okay, polysaccharide. So cell wall is usually made up of polysaccharide and branched lipids. Okay, polysaccharides and branched lipids. Okay, branched lipids. So cell wall is made up of branched lipid. Okay. So cell wall usually it is made up of a bilayer of lipid. Okay. So cell membrane or cell wall is made up of branch lipid. Okay. So cell wall is made up of polysaccharide and cell membrane is made up of branch lipid. Okay. So in any animal cell or any organism, so plasma membrane is usually bilayer. Okay. So it consists of lipids. Okay, so they are called as phospholipids. Okay, so this upper part is called as head, and then lower part is called as tail. Okay, so this kind of structure is seen. Okay, so both the side lipids are present. So upper part is called as head and tail, so they occupy the bilayer. Okay, so lipids are arranged in this manner in the plasma membrane. Okay, so next to the cell wall there is a plasma membrane. Okay, so in most of the organism the outer plasma membrane is made up of lipid bilayer. Okay, so this is called as bilayer. So here there is one layer and opposite to that again lipids are present, so that is called bilayer, lipid bilayer. Okay, so here we find in archaebacteria that lipids are branched. Okay, lipids are branched lipids. So this is the region they can survive in extreme condition. So they are resistance to heat and they are found in extreme conditions. Okay, so above 100 degree Celsius. So they can survive even under 100 degree Celsius because of the anatomy of this outer plasma membrane. So they have branched lipids and their cell wall is made up of polysaccharide. Okay, so this is the case in archaebacteria. Okay, so there is one more class which is called as bacteria. Okay, or eubacteria. So under eubacteria this includes bacteria and cyanobacteria. Okay, so two organisms come under eubacteria, bacteria and cyanobacteria. So these two they come under a category which is called as eubacteria. Okay, bacteria and cyanobacteria they come under eubacteria. Fine. So four different type of organism we discussed under kingdom Monera. First one was archaebacteria. So second one was bacteria. Okay. So third one was cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria. And fourth one is, okay. So after cyanobacteria, fourth one, last one is mycoplasma. Okay. So we will deal in detail all the structural details later. Okay. So first we will go with bacteria. Okay, so bacteria and cyanobacteria will complete, and then structural details of archaebacteria. So most of the time it's not asked for your annual exam. So first we'll complete bacteria, you cyanobacteria. Okay, so what are its function and what is the outlook morphological structure of bacteria. Okay, fine. So cell wall is made up of polysaccharides and lipids are branched lipids. Okay, in archaebacteria. Fine. Okay. So bilayer lipids, but in archaebacteria it is branched. Okay, so lipids will be branched. So branching will take place at many different points. Okay. So branched lipids is present. Okay. Okay. So methanogens, they belong to archaebacteria that produce methane as a metabolic byproduct. Okay. So archaebacteria that produce methane, so they are known as methanogens. Okay. So they stay in the rumen, that is in small intestine of cattle. Okay. So when they excrete out waste material, that is cow dung, so in those waste material these methanogens are present. Okay. So these methanogens are present in the excreta, that is in cow dung, and then that's why that is used for production of biogas. Okay. So these bacteria, they will release methane gas. So that is why methanogens, that is cow dung, is used for production of biogas. So biogas is produced by cow dung. Okay. So cow dung is used for biogas because in cow dung you have methanogens. Okay. And methanogens belong to archaebacteria. So they come under category of archaebacteria. Okay. So cow dung will contain methanogens. Okay. So this methanogens bacteria, okay, archaebacteria, they liberate methane. Okay, as a end product or byproduct. So they release methane as a byproduct. Fine. So that's why in biogas cow dung is used, because in the intestine these methanogens, they remain in the intestine, and when they excrete out, so they will come along with the cow dung. Okay. So this is used for biogas production. Then next, okay, okay. So next one is eubacteria. Eubacteria. Okay. So under eubacteria there is two different categories. Okay. So under eubacteria you have two different categories. Okay. So they are bacteria and cyanobacteria. Okay. So eubacteria, these are true bacteria. These are true bacteria. So in these bacteria, outer cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Okay. So characterized by presence of these true bacteria are characterized by presence of cell wall. Okay. So they have cell wall by presence of cell wall. Okay. So they have cell wall, and after cell wall plasma membrane is present. Okay. So cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. So characterized by presence of cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan. Okay. So peptido means protein and glycan means carbohydrate. So mixture of protein and carbohydrate. Okay. So cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Fine. And have flagella. Okay. So they have flagella. Okay. So flagella is present if they are motile. So in some bacteria they have flagella if they are motile. Okay. Fine. So under eubacteria we have bacteria and cyanobacteria. Yeah, Shravan, they have pili and fimbriae. So that I will explain when drawing the structure of bacteria. Okay. So this is about eubacteria. So there are two types. There are two types. Okay. The first one is bacteria and second one is cyanobacteria. So eubacteria, there are two types. Okay. So first Monera. So under Monera you have four different microorganisms. Fine. So the branching will go like this. So Monera, kingdom Monera has four different organism, microorganism. First one is Archaebacteria. Okay, so Archaebacteria is classified into halophiles. Okay, so first one is halophiles. Second one, after halophiles, second one is acidophiles, then thermophiles, then thermophiles, then fourth one is methanogens. Okay, so under Monera, first one is Archaebacteria. So second classification will be Eubacteria. So under Eubacteria, you have two different types. So first one will be bacteria, and second one will be cyanobacteria. Okay, cyanobacteria. So both of them will come under Eubacteria. So next is Mycoplasma. Okay. Next is Mycoplasma. So branching will occur like this: Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, then Mycoplasma. So under Eubacteria, we have bacteria and cyanobacteria. Okay. So now next is of Eubacteria. So under Eubacteria, there are two types. So first one is bacteria, and second one is cyanobacteria. Okay. So cyanobacteria and bacteria. Okay. So next, structure of bacteria. Okay. So next is structure of bacteria. Structure of bacteria. Okay. So different layers are present outside the bacteria. So one by one layer will be present. So outside layer is called as a capsule. Okay. So capsule will be present outside. Okay. So first layer, outside layer is called as a capsule. So capsule usually it will be thick, made up of polysaccharide, that is carbohydrates. Okay. So sometime it is also called as slim, SLIME. Okay. It's called as slim because it secretes gel-like substance. So when that gel-like substance is secreted, so that will help bacteria to attach to the different surface. Okay. So outside layer is called as a capsule, which is made up of polysaccharide. So polysaccharide means if more than one glucose molecules are present, so that is called as polysaccharide. Okay, so outside layer is called as capsule. So first one is capsule. So capsule is made up of polysaccharide. So this is first layer, which is called as a capsule. Okay. Fine. So next will be cell wall. Okay. So next will be cell wall. Fine. So next layer inside that will be a cell wall. Then after cell wall, there will be plasma membrane. So three different layers. So cell wall will be little thick. Okay, so double coated layer. Fine. So first is capsule, second is cell wall. So next to the cell wall, inner layer is called as plasma membrane. Okay. So this is cell wall. So inner to the cell wall, there will be a plasma membrane. So inside to that is plasma membrane. Okay. Fine. So three different layer. So capsule, then next is cell wall, and the next inside layer will be plasma membrane. Okay. Okay. So Teja Naik, why cyanobacteria is called blue-green algae? In other words, one is algae and other is bacteria. Cyanobacteria is called as blue-green algae. Okay. So why cyanobacteria is called as blue-green algae? Okay. Rajwal. Okay. So first, the outlook of this organism, which is called as cyanobacteria. Okay. So they are green in color. Okay. First green, and they have chlorophyll. So chlorophyll or chloroplast is present. So they can synthesize their own food. Okay. So they can synthesize their own food. So that's why, because of the presence of chlorophyll, at the starting during classification, okay, so classification starts like this: Monera, single celled unicellular organism. Okay, so single unicellular organism, they are present, they are put into the kingdom called as Monera. Okay, so second is Protista. So Protista is single celled eukaryotic organism. Okay, so those which have nuclear membrane, they are considered in the Protista. Then third one is fungi. So fungi heterotrophs. Okay, so they don't have chlorophyll. So next one, fourth is plant kingdom, plantae. So under plantae, okay, so they included cyanobacteria. Okay, so first the name was given as blue green algae, BGA. Okay, blue green algae, then algae. Okay, already kingdom plantae is over. Then bryophytes, then pteridophytes. Okay, pteridophytes, then gymnosperm and angiosperm. Okay, so first blue green algae, because of the presence of chlorophyll, they were put into the classification of plantae. Okay, so later they came to know that, so when they saw inside the cyanobacteria, so they came to know that there is no nuclear membrane. Okay, so only those who have nuclear membrane, they can be classified under plantae. Okay, so nuclear membrane, presence of nuclear membrane, so their nuclear membrane was absent, so that's why they put into this Monera. So they removed this BGA from here and they shifted this to Monera. Okay, so first one, because there was no nuclear membrane present inside. Okay, and it is considered as unicellular organism, so that's why they gave another name which is called as cyanobacteria. Okay, cyanobacteria was given for that when they shifted that BGA from plantae to Monera. So first it was put into a kingdom which is called as plantae. So later it was put into a Monera. Okay, so cyanobacteria is unicellular. Fine. So single unicellular without nuclear membrane. Okay, so first capsule. Okay, so most of the disease which is caused in us, so they are caused by bacteria. Okay, so bacteria will have a outer layer which is called as a capsule. So outer layer is made up of capsule. Now what is the function of this capsule? Okay, so capsule protects bacteria from antibodies. Okay, so this bacteria is considered as foreign body. Okay, so most of the disease, like, okay, which is that? Okay, so most of the disease, they are caused by bacteria. So one such disease, not able. Okay, so host cell. Okay, so the organism which comes from outside, so they are called as foreign, not trypanosoma. So very simple disease, which is tuberculosis, not tuberculosis. So one more, which is caused by water. Anyone can remember? It is usually caused by water. Not leprosy, not tetanus, not cholera. Another one, which is caused by water. Pneumonia, no. Diphtheria, malaria, no. One more. Typhoid, yes. Vaishnav, Vaishnav. Okay, good. Okay, so typhoid. Okay. So typhoid is caused by bacteria which is known as Salmonella typhi. Okay, so scientific name is Salmonella typhi. Okay, so this is caused by bacteria. Okay, so whenever this Salmonella typhi enters into the host, so host is human. Okay, so here humans are known as host, and the Salmonella typhi, so this bacteria is known as foreign body. So whichever body that comes from outside, that is called as foreign bodies. Okay, so an organism which comes from outside, that is called as a foreign body. Foreign body means the organism which is coming from outside, then it will enter into the human. Okay, so there it will cause disease. Okay, so once it enters into the human, okay, so it will try to defend itself. Okay, defend itself. Okay, so whenever bacteria enters into the human, so what humans will do, so our body will respond and it will produce antibodies. Okay, so it will try to destroy this bacteria by producing antibodies. Okay, so antibodies will be produced and it will try to destroy this bacteria. Okay, so antibodies are Y shaped. Okay, so normally when any organism enters inside a body, antibodies are produced. Okay, so some bacteria they defend this. Okay, so they will not, they will respond to this antibodies. Okay, so antibody is Y shaped. So it will try to attack this bacteria. So this bacteria will try to defend. It will try to protect itself by the outer layer, which is called as a capsule. Okay, so thick layer capsule is produced. So this will help and protect itself from antibodies. Okay, so the main function of outer layer capsule is to protect itself from antibodies. Okay, so whenever an organism which comes from outside, so that is called as foreign body. Okay, so it defend itself, it will protect itself by producing this capsule. So this capsule will protect this bacteria from antibodies. Okay, or else what antibody will do, it will just make pores inside the membrane. So this is a membrane, it will try to make a pores. Okay, everywhere it will destroy this outer layer. So when this outer layer is destroyed, so all the cytoplasmic content will come out, including the DNA and all the other things. Okay, so once everything comes out, cytoplasmic material, so the bacteria will die. Okay, so it will protect itself from antibodies. So whenever some kind of disease causing bacteria enters inside the host cell, okay, so it will defend itself by producing this outer layer, which is called as capsule. Okay, so capsule will help them to protect itself from antibodies. Okay, so outer layer capsule protects bacteria from antibodies. So for some time, it will try to defend itself and then it will multiply inside your blood. Okay. So capsule is present outside. So next is cell wall. So next inside is plasma membrane. Okay. So plasma membrane is present inside. Okay. So there are particular site which is called as mesosome. So some foldings are present inside the plasma membrane, that is called as a mesosome. Okay, MESOSOMES, mesosomes. So this mesosome will help in DNA replication. So if bacteria wants to multiply or divide its DNA, so mesosome will help in multiplication of DNA. Okay, DNA replication. So mesosome will help in DNA replication. Fine. So there are certain infoldings in the plasma membrane. Okay. Certain infoldings in the plasma membrane. So those are called as mesosomes. So that will help in DNA replication. Okay. So next is DNA which is present inside the bacteria. So that is called as nucleoid because it is associated with some kind of protein. So DNA always it will be associated with some kind of protein. So DNA along with that protein is called as nucleotide. Okay, some small protein will be associated with the DNA. Okay, so that is called as nucleoid. Nucleoid. Okay, so DNA which is present inside the cytoplasm, that is called as nucleoid. Okay, so next, so there are no organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex. Okay, so few organelles are absent in bacteria, but there is organelle which is known as ribosome. So ribosome will help in protein synthesis. So protein will be produced by ribosome. So it will help in protein synthesis. Okay. So ribosome will help in protein synthesis. So next, apart from this DNA, okay, so there are two type of DNA which is present in bacteria. So this DNA which is present, it is called as linear DNA. So apart from linear DNA, there is one more kind of DNA which is called as circular DNA. Okay. So they are present in circular fashion. So that is known as circular DNA. Okay. So two types of DNA is present in bacteria. One is linear DNA and one more is circular DNA. Okay. Circular DNA. Right. So this circular DNA is also known as plasmid. Okay. So circular DNA is also known as a plasmid. Okay. So top of this, so here flagella will be present backside. Okay. So flagella, which is made up of a protein which is called as flagellin. Okay. So flagella is made up of protein which is called as flagellin. Okay. So protein which is involved in formation of a flagella is called as flagellin. Okay. So flagellin protein will help in both DNA also replicates. Yes, both DNA will replicate. Okay. Even this will replicate, even the circular DNA, both will replicate. So circular DNA is known as plasmid. Okay. So both will replicate. Okay. So plasmid. So this replication, plasmid, so it depends. It can replicate on environmental factors. If enough food is present, then plasmid will multiply up to 500 number. Okay. If there is no availability of food or there is less nutrition present outside, then the plasmid number will multiply up to 100 or 150. Okay. So it depends on the environmental condition. So circular DNA may be 100 to 500. So sometimes it will be less in number and sometimes it will be more in number. So depends on the environmental factors or what kind of nutrition is present surrounding to the bacteria. So on that, it will decide how many number of plasmids should be present inside the cell. Okay. Yeah. But this DNA will replicate only during cell division. So only when bacteria wants to divide or multiply itself, only then this main linear DNA will divide. Okay. Or DNA replication of this linear DNA will undergo only during cell division. So only when cell division is taking place, only at that time this linear DNA will undergo replication. But this circular DNA can undergo replication on its own. Okay. without cell division also. This will not wait for cell division. Okay. So circular DNA, that is plasmids, they will not wait for cell division. So they can undergo multiplication by its own. Okay. So flagella, then there are small structures which is called as pili, okay, or called as sex pilus. Pili, okay, or sometimes it is called as sex pilus, okay. So this sex pilus will help in sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction will take place by this pili or sex pilus. So mainly male bacteria. So there are two types, male and female. So only male bacteria will have this pili or sex pilus, okay. So through this certain amount of DNA will be transferred, okay. So one male bacteria and one female bacteria, so both will come together and they will connect themselves with the help of this sex pilus, okay. So such kind of pilus will be present. So through this male and female bacteria both will undergo conjugation, okay. Means sexual reproduction can take place by conjugation. So this process is called conjugation, when male and female, one male bacteria and one female bacteria, so both will come close together and they will form this channel like structure, and through this some amount of DNA is transferred from male to female, okay. So usually the male bacteria will produce this pilus, okay. So it will go and attach, and this reproduction, so sexual reproduction means exchange of genes, okay. So some amount of genes or some amount of chromosome is exchanged from male to female, okay. So it depends on timing. So sometime this conjugation will take place for 5 minutes, sometime 10 minutes, or sometime 30 minutes, okay. So this is one method by which sexual reproduction in bacteria will take place, okay. This is called as conjugation. So that depends on timing. So sometime it will be associated together for 5 minutes, sometime 10, sometime for 30 minutes, okay. So pili or sex pilus, okay. So usually male bacteria will have that pili or sex pilus. So sexual reproduction, so there are three types: conjugation, transformation, and transduction, okay. So later we'll study about that. So after the structure of bacteria, next will be sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction, okay. So sexual reproduction takes place by pilus or sex pilus, okay. Pili it is called as, fine. So there are small hair like extension which are present outside, that is called as cilia, okay. So cilia and flagella will help in movement of the bacteria, okay. So that will take place by the small thread like structure, fine. So cilia is present on top, so that will help in movement of the bacteria, okay. Yes. So this is called as cilia, cilia, cilia. So that will help in movement. Flagella will help in movement or locomotion, okay. Then nuclei, cell wall, capsule, mesosome, okay. So cytoplasm. So this after plasma membrane, inside whatever is present, so that is called as cytoplasm, okay. Cytoplasm, fine. So all this is present in bacteria, okay. So mesosome helps in DNA replication. So there is linear DNA here, so that replication will be helped by the mesosome, okay. So outside layer capsule, so that will help to protect bacteria from antibody. So as it enters into the host cell, that is in humans, it has to protect itself for some time, okay. So that will be protected by capsule. Then cell wall, plasma membrane, cytoplasm. So two types of DNA, linear DNA and circular. So DNA which is present inside is called as nucleoid, okay. Then they produce special type of organ which is called as pili. So that is called as sex pili, okay. Then above there is small hair like growth which is present, which is called as cilia, and these have ribosomes for protein synthesis. Ribosome which is present for protein synthesis. Okay, the protein will be synthesized with the help of ribosomes. Okay, so tomorrow and day after tomorrow, okay, so a new sir is going to come. His name is Dinesh. Okay, so he will start with morphology of flowering plants. Okay, so I will be doing second chapter, so same parallelly. So sir will be doing morphology of flowering plants, so that is fifth chapter, morphology of flowering plants. Okay, from tomorrow. Okay, morphology of flowering plants. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, that is Friday and Saturday, so Dinesh sir will come. So he will take morphology of flowering plant, and I will continue with this chapter, okay, from Monday. So 2 days I think sir will take morphology of flowering plants. Okay, morphology of flowering, sir. Then okay, so next week 3 days I will be taking, and rest 3 days sir will be taking. Okay, so we will divide the syllabus into two parts. Okay, so some topics I will take, so some topics another sir is going to come. Okay, so he will engage the class tomorrow. Fine. Okay, not Stephen. So it's a Dinesh sir. Okay, so I'll introduce you tomorrow at 3:15. Okay, so he will deal with some of the topics, and I will go parallelly with this second chapter. Okay, so both will try to finish it. Okay, now I'll introduce tomorrow. Okay, so less than 1 minute is remaining now. Okay, so structure of bacteria is clear.